Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Jaya Namaskritam 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 Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Devavirayat Nistapayasa Umadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhagavati Ishtaki. Continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam and Canto Part 2, Chapter 19, text number 19. Is that right?
21:19.
19, yeah.
21.
10, 21, 19. Thank you. Go, Gopa Kair, Anugana, Nayator, Udara, Denu, Swarai, Kala, Padais, Tanu, Ritsu, Sakyaha, Aspandana, Gati, Matam, Pulakas, Tarunam, Niryoga, Tasa, Krita, Laksanayor, Vichikram, Gogo, Pakair, Anubanam, Nayatur, Udara, Venu Swara Ikala Padais Tanu Pritsu Sakyaha Aspandanam Gati Matam Pulakas Tarunam Niryoga Pasakrita Laksanayor Vichitram Gagopa Kair Anumanam Nayatur Udara Denu Swara Ikala Pada Istanu Vitsu Sakyaha Aspandat Nam Gati Matam Pulakas Tarunam Niryoga Pasakrita Laksanayor Vichitram Gagopa Ir Anumanam Nayanor Udara Deru Swara Ikala Pada Istanu Vitsu Sakyaha Aspandanam Gati Matam Pulakas Tarunam Niryoga Pasakrita Laksanayor Vichitram
Yoga Pakshakrita Lakshanayor Vishitram
Gagopakai Anumanam Nayatur Udara Venu Swanai Galapada Istanu Vishnu Sakya gatimatam pulakas tarunam
Aspanam gadimanam lakasaranam
niryoga pasakirta laksanayor vitram
Niyoyam kasagitalanamaya vishityam
Gopakayano banamaito dara Venu swane kala padestano vistu sakya Aspandanam gativatam pulakastaruram Yoga pasha kita lakshana vichittam
Gago kaya ano banam na yun, kahit udara. Dinos kanay kala paday stanobin sa sakya. Aspandanam gati matampula kastanom. Yogo pasakita laksana yon visittam.
The house, Ropakai, with the powered voice, Manuvanang, each forest, Nayato, leading, Udara, very liberal, Venu Swanai, by the vibrations of the Lord's fruit, Kalapadai, having sweet tones, Sanobitsu, among the living entities, Sakya, all friends, Aspandana, the lack of movement, Yatimatam, of those living entities that can move, Pulaka, the ecstatic jubilation, Karunam, of the otherwise non-moving trees, Niryoga Pasa, the ropes for binding the rear legs of the cows, Pitta Laksanayo, of those two, Krishna and Balaram, who are characterized by Vichitram, wonderful. Translation. My dear friends, as Krishna and Balaram pass through the forest with their cowherd friends, leading their cows, they carry ropes to bind the cows' rear legs at the time of milking. When Lord Krishna plays on his flute, the sweet music causes the moving, living entities to become stunned and non-moving trees to tremble with ecstasy. These things are certainly very wonderful. And you repeat.
My dear friends, as Krishna and Balaram
pass through the forest with their cowherd friends, leading their cows. They carry ropes to bind their cows' rear legs at the time of milking. When Lord Krishna plays on his flute, his sweet music causes the moving entities to become stunned, and the non-moving trees to tremble with ecstasy. These things are certainly very wonderful.
Thank you. Perfect. Krishna and Balaram would sometimes wear their cowherding robes on their heads and sometimes carry them on their shoulders. And thus, they were beautifully decorated with all the equipment of cowherd boys. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that the robes of Krishna and Balaram are made of yellow cloth and have clusters of pearls on both ends. Sometimes they wear these ropes around their turbans, and the ropes thus become wonderful decorations. Om Dhyana Divindasyam Nananjana Salakaya Chaksuram Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovisam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Vidati Swapadantikam Pancha Kalpa Taruyasya Viva Sandhu Vyadevasya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Please bless me so that I may speak something that can please our Lord and purify all of us. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. If you have been in Vrindavan, there are many forests there. I think there's also Vrindavan Parikram wherein you join the Parikram for a month. 25? Yeah. It was nice. You get to visit all the places that Krishna have performed his pastimes. Have you also tried?
I haven't done that one yet. I just joined a few on the way. Didn't do the full thing.
The whole 12 bars, is that right? 12 bars. Yeah. Someday it would be nice to do that. And I have a friend who is suggesting that we do Dandavat Parikram when I go back to India. He said that would take a very long time. Do you know what Dandavat Parikram is? You go to the entire, when you do Dandavat, and then this step, Dandavat, and then this step. I don't know how long it will take, but probably a long time. Sometimes that's why you will find rocks on the side of the road. Those are markings for the devotees who have left their post. They need to go somewhere. And then when they come back, they would start from that point. It's like a marker. And those are the people doing the Dandavat. There are actually different kinds of Dandavat. I've also seen tag team Dandavat, wherein the whole family would do one, then the dad, the mom, the uncle, auntie, and then the children.
Yeah, I've seen that. I like that one.
Dandavat tag team. The entire family is engaged in doing, offering their humble obeisances to the Dhamma. It's nice. And you can see the whole place in Vrindavan is really supercharged with spirituality. I see children, old men, before they step out the street, they would offer Dandavat. People going to the street, you would see them offering Dandavats. Even on the streets, you would see them. Here, if you do like that, people would probably wonder, what's wrong with him? They would think, this guy is cuckoo. But there, you can see it's a natural thing. Everybody is doing it. And it is because of the pastimes that Lord Krishna, the cowherd boys and the cowherd girls have performed in that place. Even the dust in that place is not an ordinary dust. You can see that it is sparkling, it's very fine. And I remember how he came to that when Mother Yashoda wanted Krishna to wear flip-flops or chapal. Krishna said, okay, Mother, I will wear chapal or slippers if you also put slippers on my cows. Which is 900,000 of them. Times 4. Krishna. So, because Mother Yashoda was worried that Krishna's feet is too soft, that they can get easily hurt, and she doesn't want that. So the cows, thinking, oh, our boss is so nice, he would not take a chapala stick unless we also wear them. So what they did is at night they went out and trampled all the rocks, all the pebbles, all the stones. They pounded it until they all just became dust. And this is the reciprocation of the Lord's devotees. By the way, the cows, they are not ordinary living beings. And our senior devotee, Jagananda, is very fortunate to have been able to serve them while he was in the Dham. They are actually the 4 Vedas who have agreed to become associated with the Lord. They did not mind what kind of body they get, so long as they can hang out with the Lord and serve the Lord. So the 4 Vedas became the cows. And in the same spirit, Uddhav, the cousin friend of Krishna, when he was praying, when he saw how the gopis are dedicated to Krishna, how much love they have for him, he also could not fathom to have the same level. So instead, he was praying that, may I just be a creeper, just grass or anything that crawls, not even in Vrindavan. He says, just outside of Vrindavan. That's how humble he is. Yeah. And it just tells us that really the way to approach the Lord is to be humble. In the same way, we are advised to do with our spiritual masters. So, this tying of the ropes on the head, a lot of people are doing this. Even to these days. Now we know where it's coming from. Right? Because Krishna is Satchidananda Vigraha. He's, even though when I was young, one of my favorite pastimes is playing on the swing. I can spend hours and hours on the swing, with or without company. Many, many things, like what Krishna has been doing with the cowherd boys, playing hide and seek, playing with the animals. But I've never tried milking the cow. I'm not that brave. I'm afraid I might kick me. But I see there's a technique. Krishna is tying the hind legs. In this way, he is telling us that you got to take precaution. But for him, he's only doing it just for us, to remind us. Actually, the pastimes of the Lord is like an RSVP, an invitation for us. So, all these things is, as Guru Maharaj said, giving us a glimpse, like a window to see what's on the other side, what awaits those who will be successful in our spiritual endeavor. And it is something to look forward to. Even non-moving entities, like the trees in Vrindavan, when Krishna is playing his flute, they tremble with ecstasy. The flute is such a wonderful instrument. It only has 8 holes compared to the piano that has 66 strings. Makes you wonder how come Krishna opted for a flute instead of a much more complicated instrument. Well, he's the Lord. He can do what he wants, and you cannot question him. But definitely, all our propensities are coming from him, since we are part and parcel of him. Like growing up, when playing was still in vogue, or what children are doing. Nowadays, people are just playing on their best friends.
Yeah.
You know the new best friend of people now, right? Guru Maharaj said, it is now the best friend. When we are at the age wherein people are loving things and using people instead of loving people and using things. It's, in the words of Prabhupada, topsy-turvy. So Prabhupada has some very nice words. They're Victorian words, or classic English, like phantasmagoria. These are $10 words that is very rarely used. It will require an ordinary person to look it up on a dictionary, because Srila Prabhupada is very, very intelligent. One time, I heard about Srila Prabhupada's experience with these devotees like TKG. When TKG was sent by Taman Krishna Goswami, is one of the pioneers, and Prabhupada was sending him to India to become temple president. TKG was refusing. He said, no, please send me elsewhere, anywhere in the world except India. Why? So Prabhupada asked. Because he said, because Indians, they are very tricky. Really? Prabhupada said, I'm Indian. TKG said, no, except for you. Prabhupada, except for you. And Prabhupada, no. I am the trickiest. I trick you to become Krishna conscious. If not, you would not have become Krishna conscious. Yeah. So, then Srila Prabhupada first came to the US and got an interview. I remember that joke, when Srila Prabhupada said, why have you come? Srila Prabhupada said, I came to shave you. What? To shave us or save us? Srila Prabhupada said, both. To shave you and save you at the same time. So, one time also in France, our good brother Ekanatiska, it would have been nice for him to hear this. When Srila Prabhupada was staying in a center in France, there was a bum. Bum means a person who lives on the street and is eking out a living by begging. So this bum lives near the center, Hare Krishna center. He lives in the bushes. He was typical, kind of covered in dirt, smelly. So every day he would beg for kitri, and the devotees would ask him to keep your distance. We will give you the kitri, okay? Because they want to smell the other way. They don't want to smell him. And they gave him the nickname Big Ben, because he was not very talented. He's a little slow, and So he would only come, Kitri, please, Kitri, yeah, hold your horses, and they would give him. They did not allow him inside the center. But one day, when they all went out, and Srila Prabhupada was leading them, so all the devotees came with Srila Prabhupada, like chickens. Everybody's behind Srila Prabhupada, out the chicken yards. So when they got back from the morning walk, they found that the center was open, and inside was big bed. They did not know at that time. So Srila Prabhupada, he's always leading the path. So he went inside, and there Big Ben was waiting. And Big Ben just dropped Srila Prabhupada on the feet. And he was crying. Srila Prabhupada did not react negatively. Instead, Srila Prabhupada grabbed him by the head and started panting. And he said, "It's okay. You're home now. You're home." And Big Ben just kept crying. And then the altar opened. "Go, Ben, now." And Big Ben did not let go until the music was over. So the Prabhupada said, "Okay, you can let go now. I have to give a class." So Big Ben let Srila Prabhupada go, and Srila Prabhupada gave a class. After the class, he went upstairs. So the devotees, they could not throw out Big Ben because they were thinking, if Srila Prabhupada did not throw him out, and this is Srila Prabhupada's house, we cannot ask him to leave. What to do? They decided, let's make him brahmachari. They took him to the ashram, shaved him, gave him a bath, and gave him a uniform. And they gave him the duty of pots and restroom. Hey, Big Ben, from now on, no more pre-kitri, okay? You have to clean the pots in the restroom. So it has become his daily routine. He would clean the pots and the restroom. And he has become part of the family. But after some time, he wanted to join the book distribution. Big Ben. He said, "I want book distribution too." No, you don't even know how to sell books. You don't even read. How will you sell books? I want. So he ran inside the van and grabbed the chair. Nah, I want book distribution. They could not take him out. He's a big guy. Okay, we'll bring you. You carry the books while we distribute. Okay, so they took him to a city and they traveled like 3-4 hours. And when they got to that place, they were exhausted. They took a rest. But Big Ben is still fired up. He took all the books, 2 big bags, and he left. And they woke up. "Where's the books? Where's Big Ben?" We should have not let him come with us. They were all blaming each other. How much book will we pay BBT for that? We will be forever indebted. After 2 hours, Big Ben came back with the bag very light. He was very happy. And the devotees were chastising him. "What did you do with the books? Did you give them away? Why did you leave without our permission?" They were all mad at him. "Did you get even a few bucks for it?" Big Ben opened the bag and it was full of money. And they were wondering, wow, no super duper duper book distributor had ever done this before. 2 bags full of books in 2 hours. How did you do it, Big Ben? And Big Ben just showed. He went like this with the books. It was Prabhupada. And he was showing, said, "I show people Prabhupada." I said, "Prabhupada saved me. Prabhupada saved me." And people were buying the books, leaving money. He just said, "Prabhupada saved me. Prabhupada saved me." And he sold the books like ice cream on hell. Because he was speaking from his heart. So he was touching others' with the Paramatma in him, connecting with the other Paramatma. So he did not require any super duper training or any of that, just speaking from the heart. But people are saying, wow, if this guy is saved by Prabhupada, then we have a chance, then we'll get that book. So, in the same way, as long as we are practicing sincerely and with an open heart, then we all have a pretty good chance. And of course, that sincerity starts with the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There we are. 6 minutes. If anybody wants to share anything, any question, I'll try to answer.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the nice class and the nice.
I'm only repeating what I heard, like a parrot.
It's really great. I hadn't heard that story of Krishna telling Mother Yashoda you must get shoes for all my cows too. I hadn't heard that in such a long time, like at least 2 years. So when I heard that, I was like so happy.
Yeah, me too. It cracked me up.
Yeah. You must have heard it on a lecture or something recently.
In Vrindavan. Because, Krishna is being a child and at the same time the Supreme Lord giving shoes to the cows. Times 4 because they have 4 teeth.
Yeah. So thank you for that. I also was curious about the story with Big Ben.
Yeah.
Is where this story came from also.
Like I mentioned earlier, friends. That's why I said our grandbrother Ekanath would have been laughing if he heard about it.
So
it's true to life story. They call it Big Ben. He had the number of record for selling books in 2 hours. A big bag of books. Without training, without proper, yes, just speaking from the heart. I remember you told me one time somebody called you on the car, just out of your enthusiasm. You did not even ask them to buy. You just wanted to get the books.
Yeah.
Because your enthusiasm, out of your want to distribute the books, and people just kind of, your Paramatma communicates with their Paramatma, and it's like magic.
So is that story written somewhere or is it just word of mouth?
Wow. I'm not sure if it has been in a BHAKTA magazine or any books, but I only heard it from Patridas.
Patri.
Yeah. He has so many nice pastimes.
He knows a lot of pastime stories.
And it always cracks me up. It stays with me. Stories that are funny and at the same time, heartwarming.
I was also thinking of this verse today. Well, it's not up on the board anymore, so hold on, I lost it, so I have to get it up again. 10:21, 19?
10:19, 21. No, 10:21, 19.
10:21, 19.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about like how Krishna and Balaram, they're wearing like turbans, and then they are
ropes only.
And then they have the pearls, the ropes they have pearls at the end of the cow ropes. They're tying around the turbans to make the turbans more beautiful. I was thinking of like it's kind of a representation of our bhakti, and how our bhakti shouldn't be like kind of just kind of following the routine, but actually should have like embellishment. I should have embellishment in it to show how particular mood and devotion towards, how Ishtadev, our own personal worshipable Lord, how it should also be decorated. All of our service and any kind of service that we render should be decorated with our bhakti. So that's just my interpretation of that verse.
Thank you. Yes, always with love and devotion. Favorable, uninterrupted, without ulterior motive. Devotional service to the Lord. This is how it should always be. The Lord knows everything and anything. We cannot teach him anything. You cannot trick him. Of all the cheats, businesses, I am gambling. Why? Because gambling is it's like this. You have only two things to pick from, red and white, and you always choose the wrong one. This is gambling. You always lose. So there's no way to try and outsmart the Lord. One time somebody went up to the Himalayas. He had a favor to ask from the Lord. He was trying to outsmart the Lord. So he says, "My Lord, can you hear me?" He was doing like that for a while. "Can you hear me?" Then after some time, "Yes, my son. Can you please tell me, what is $1 million to you?" The Lord says, "1 penny." "What is 100 years to you?" "1 moment." "Okay, my Lord, can you give me 1 penny?" And the Lord says, "1 moment." Okay, so he did not outsmart the Lord. He was asking, what is time to you? How much is 100 years to you? It's 1 moment. And 100 million is 1 penny. "Okay, my Lord, can I have 1 penny?" The Lord says, "Sure, 1 moment." You cannot outsmart the Lord.
He asked which one? 100 years.
No way, Jose. Okay. But did you got anything to say? You good?
Where does this book distributor get his mercy from Prabhupada? How?
Sorry.
How he got his
How he
mercy
showed the
from
book?
Srila Prabhupada?
How he got the mercy of Srila
From Srila
Prabhupada?
Prabhupada to have this
Darshan?
able to distribute his books.
Oh, he was showing Srila Prabhupada's picture
To the people. And he was saying, "Prabhupada save me, Prabhupada save me." People,
Yeah.
he was showing Srila Prabhupada's picture.
This is, maybe this mix what's in my mind. This is a different story from where this Taong Grasa captured the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada and all the disciples of Prabhupada with him circumambling one temple, and this guy is rushing towards Srila Prabhupada and grabbed the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. This is a different story.
I think this is the same.
Huh?
I think that's the same. What happened? Tell me the end of the story.
The story is that he was able to distribute these books from the car. He got this bag of books from the car
Yeah, the same.
and he distributed to people and was able to collect money.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, same one. Same story.
Yeah. This happened in France. They called him Big Ben. But they did not stop Big Ben because when Srila Prabhupada entered the temple,
Oh yeah.
he was there. And nobody walks in front of Prabhupada. Everybody is behind Prabhupada. So they could not stop him. But after his darshan with Prabhupada, they took him to the ashram and made him a brahmachari.
Prabhupada allowed him to touch his lotus.
Yes.
Yeah. Prabhupada allowed
Not just allowed him, but he petted him, he patted him,
Oh yeah, that's
and he said, "It's okay, you're home now,
oh, yeah.
you're home." Which means, you stay here, do SEVA, devotional service, and you can go back home, back to Ghana. Reading between the lines, you know what I mean?
Prabhupada very compassionate. No?
Oh yeah. We got a piece of his mercy. We're very fortunate. And we are trying to also distribute them to others. Okay.
One final thing. You're talking about doing parikrama?
Yeah.
Like Vrindavan and Govardhan Hill. I was thinking, because Srila Prabhupada, he said that the entire spiritual world is within these four walls of the Krishna Balaram temple. So I was thinking how people would think if the devotees started doing Dandavat Parikram around the courtyard of Krishna Balaram temple. I think it'd be good, but also may create promotion.
Not big enough, and especially during festivities, there's not going to be enough space.
Yeah, people will be upset.
Yeah.
But can be done around the perimeter.
Outside, probably.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice.
But it's not highly recommended for us. See, ours is as it was in Srimad Bhagavatam when it was spoken in Naimisarana forest. Saunaka he asked, "What is the duty of humanity?" And the answer is devotional service. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made it easy for us. Just chant and be happy. Dance. Honor Prasad. Speaking of which, we have to honor Prasad. Thank you for tolerating me. Please forgive me for my offenses. Grantarat Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai His Grace. Prabhu Bhakta Seva ki.
Srila Prabhupada ki.